सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। Saparyagat. This is what we have to do. Saparyagat. Shukram. Akayam. Avranam. Asnaviragam. Shuddham. Apapavitham. Iti cha. Etau. Mantrau. Anadhiyam atishayatam nityashuddhatam cha brahmano darshayatah. So, in these the statements, eko devaha sarvabhuteshu gudaha karmadhyakshaha sarvabhutadivasah, and also saparyagat. These vakyas, what do they do? So it is saparyagat. This is what we do. Saparyagat. It is all pervasive. Shukram means shuddham. Shukram, also shuddham. Akayam means it is not the kaya, the body. It is free from the body. Avranam means it cannot be hurt. It can't be injured. It can't be injured. Avranam. Asnaviragam means it doesn't have, the arteries and veins and sinews and things like that, the inner body parts. The physiological details it doesn't have. That akayam means it is free from the form of the body, and asnaviragam means free from all the physiological details. Asnaviragam. Shuddham, and it is pure. Apapavitham, and it is sinless. Vidhi means, to be affected. Avidham means unaffected by papa. It's not something that is avidham, ishta. Papavidham, apapavitham. It's not affected by papa. It's sinless, apapavitham. And Iticha, these two mantras, what do they establish? Etau mantrau anadheya atishayatam. It is so big that you can't add anything to it. That is called anadheya. Anadheya means, you can't add anything. Adheya means to be added. Anadheya means can't be added to. Atishaya means big. It is so big you can't add anything to it. It is unlimited. I tell you, even the unlimitedness, the infinitude has to be conveyed to man in terms of the dimensions that man knows, thinks of. Therefore, it is of such a big dimension that you can't add anything to it. What does it mean? It is unlimited. it is so huge, it can't be bigger than what it is. In fact, any big thing, every big thing can become bigger than what it is. But if it is so big that it can't be bigger than what it is, that means it is infinite, it is unlimited, it is anantam. Here, this particular phrase is brought in here. Anadheya atishayatam. This particular phrase is brought in here. You can't add anything to it. Just to show your so-called upasana, your so-called sanskara is not going to add anything to it. You know, this sanskara kriya, these purificatory rites are not going to add anything to it. You can't add anything to the truth. You can't add anything to the truth. You can't add purity to it because it is already pure. If it is absolutely pure, then what purity are you going to add? Therefore, these prayers, etc., don't add purity to the self. Prayers can add to the purity remove the impurity in my thinking, that's all. They don't even add purity. They only remove the impurity, bas. They don't remove, they don't add any purity. See? So the impulses are removed. And then what remains is only viveka. Thus, etau mantrau anatheya atishayatam. And therefore, nitya shuddhatam cha. And being ever pure. Nitya shuddhata, a state of being always pure. It's pure when it is wrongly understood. When it is pure when it is not understood. It is pure when it is understood. By nature it is shuddham. Rope is rope when I don't understand. Rope is rope when I misunderstand. Rope is rope when I rightly understand. Itni sundar baat hai ji Vedanta. Asli baat. That means what? I don't have to remove anything, I don't have to add anything, I have to only see it as it is. I tell you, this is the only thing that interests in life. If I have to add something, then it is too boring. Pata nahi kitna add karna hoga. If I have to remove something, really, problem. So then, it's not very interesting. How much do I have to add? To whose satisfaction should I add? I have to add purity to the satisfaction of the truth. I can't add purity to the truth to my satisfaction because my satisfaction is subjective. You see? What is all this? All going to really make all problems. Therefore, truth has to be anadheya atishaya and it has to be nitya shuddha. Shuddhatam cha brahmanaha brahmaka darshayataha etau mantrau. These two mantras show, the above two mantras show that Brahman is so big that you can't add anything to it. And it is so pure that you can't add any purity, nor there is any need to remove impurity. Therefore, this particular, this exercise to purify the self, or this exercise to remove impurity, this has nothing to do with the truth. You can only purify your thinking. You can rectify your thinking. Purify means you can rectify your thinking about the truth. So, in order to rectify my thinking about the truth, I have to prepare myself, and that even preparing myself to rectify my thinking about the truth, I have to rectify my thinking in a day-to-day vyavahara. Rectify my thinking in relation to my impulses, in relation to my do's and don'ts, in relation to my habits, in relation to my lifestyle. I have to keep my mind quiet and straight. This will put me into trouble. This will give me shanti. Thus, I have to think only in terms of what are the general values which choicelessly bring happiness and which are the wrong values which choicelessly bring unhappiness. Thus, etau mantrau anathe atishayatam nityashuddhatam brahmano darshayataham. Then what is moksha? Brahma bhavascha moksha. Brahma bhavascha moksha. Tasmat na sanskaryopi moksha. Therefore, moksha is not adding something to Brahman, not removing something from Brahman. It is Brahma bhavaha. It is being Brahman, is being free. To be unlimited is to be free. To be unlimited is to be free. To be consciousness is to be free. But now also I am conscious. But about that consciousness there is adhyasa. I am a conscious being with a notion that I am also the form. I am conscious, but I am also the form. I am the subject, but I am also the object. Therefore, only really correcting, rectifying that, discerning between actually what is consciousness and what is not, that itself is called Brahma Bhavaha. So, Jiva Bhavatvam is negated. Negation of the Jiva Bhavam is Brahma Bhava. Even when one stands as a Jiva, one continues to be Brahman with the adhyasa that I am Jiva. Therefore, Brahma Bhavaha means negation of Jiva Bhava. Negation of Jiva Bhavaha is Brahma Bhavaha. That does not mean Jiva Bhavaha gives place to Brahma Bhavaha. Nor Brahma Bhava gives place to Jiva Bhava. So, Jiva Bhava is seen within Brahma Bhava. Therefore one lives as a Jiva. Therefore, negation of the Jiva Bhava itself is otherwise called Brahma Bhava. That itself is moksha. Brahma Bhavascha moksha. There is no adding something, there is no removing something. If there is no hana and upadana, then all our karmas are, all our actions, physical activities or mental, imaginations, mental attitudes, they are always either for prapti or nivritti. Either to add something or to get rid of something. But you don't have to add anything to one's being. I can't add anything to my being, I can't remove anything from the being. Therefore, the karma is irrelevant, you see. Karma is irrelevant fundamentally. If I want the freedom, if freedom is what I want, if moksha is what I want, then karma is irrelevant. If I want something in this world, then karma is relevant. If sharira yatra, karma is relevant. For survival, karma is relevant, etc., etc. See, there is so much, it's so difficult to convey to man the irrelevance of karma. It comes to moksha. Why? Because all his praptis are based on karma, Every achievement is always through karma. And therefore, if you say karma is irrelevant for moksha, it becomes very uncomfortable. You see? You can make a jiva uncomfortable just by knowing exactly what he thinks and then say something against it. He will make one statement against what he thinks, he becomes uncomfortable. I'll go on. You see? That is why you say, Nanu, so this is over. Brahma bhavasya moksha, tasmat na sanskaryo vimoksha. Therefore, moksha is not sanskara karyam, sanskara phalam. Sanskaryam means what? It is not something which is the result of purification. It is not a result of purification. Na sanskaryo vimoksha. Therefore, now we have covered all the four. Na utpadyaha, na vikaryaha, and na also apyaha, na sanskaryaha. And all our actions are meant only for these four results. All our actions. And actions are all based upon my choice. I can choose to do it, choose not to do it, etc. Ataha anyan moksham prati kriyanupraveshadvaram na shakyam kenachid darshayatum. Therefore, na shakyam kenachid darshayatum. It's not possible for anybody to show. Kenachidapi darshayatum na shakyam. It's not possible for anybody to come up with. Bhagavan says it's not possible for anybody to come up with. Come up with what? Ataha, therefore, anyat moksham prati kriyanu pravesha dwaram. Nobody can come up with another entry for karma. Kriya ka anupravesh ka dwar. See, you can use kriya, you can say, I reach. Action is used for reaching, action is used for creation, action is used for modification, action is used for purification. And now they say one of these actions can also bring about moksha. I can create moksha, I can bring about through modification, I can bring about moksha through purification, or I can reach moksha, or I can simply bring about through creation, etc. This is how one can think. But now we have established moksha need not be created, need not be reached, need not be purified, etc. Why? Because Brahma Bhavaha is moksha. Brahma Bhavaha means what? To be unlimited is moksha. Brahma Bhavaha means Brahma Bhavanam. Bhavaha means Bhavanam. To be. Is moksha. And now, what else can be the goal of an action? There cannot be any other goal for kriya. Kriya anupravesha dwaram. The entry for karma. Another entry for karma. Nobody can come up with in order to get moksha. As a means to moksha, you can't come up with another entry for karma. Karma has entry, only these four entries. It can help you reach, it can help you create, it can help you modify, it can help you purify. And there is no other, goal. You can't explain karma. No. Without creating, without modifying, without reaching, and without purifying, karma can also do something which can be the result of moksha, you can't say, because karma doesn't have any other goal. Therefore, ataha anyat. Anyat means anyat kriyanupravesha dwaram. That dwaram, anyat must be connected to that dwaram. Anyat dwaram means another entry for the kriya. Cannot be shown by anybody as a means to moksha. Therefore, it says, ataha anyad moksham prati kriyanupravesh dwaram na shakyam kenachid darshetum tasmat jnanamekam muktva kriyayaha gandhamatrasyapi anupraveshaha iha na utpadyate iha nopupadyate. So, tasmat, therefore, jnanam ekam muktva, accepting knowledge. Accepting knowledge. ज्ञान को छोड़ के, ज्ञानम एकम, एक ज्ञान को छोड़ के, ज्ञान को मतलब there is only an effort to know it as it is, knowing what is Brahman, knowing what am I and knowing what am I not. I don't have to do anything, it is all vidya. Thus, jnanam ekam muktva, accepting the knowledge. And that jnanam also is not what? It is a corrective knowledge. वो भी वहां पर भी गड़बड़ा है, वहां पर भी ऐसा नहीं है कि that also will come. It is not like knowing a pot. Jnanam does not mean like gada jnanam. It is not objectifying something itself. Therefore, jnanam ekam muktva kriyayaha, kriya ka, action ka, gandhamatrasyapi, even an iota. Gandhamatra means even a smell of it. Gandhamatrasyapi, even an iota. Kriya ka anupraveshaha, entry, iha now is not tenable here. Iha here means what? In the matter of gaining moksha. In gaining moksha, action has no pravesha, even an iota of it. You know that gandhamatrasyapi anupraveshaha kriyayaha ihana upadyate, when Bhagavan says, in fact he keeps in view one of the karmakandis view, all right, the karma as a whole, karma solely may not be the means to moksha, but karma with jnana, this is called samuchaya. And neither it is the sole means, nor does it have a part to play. Neither it is a partial means, nor it is a sole means. That's why Gandhamatrasyapi. Why? Because Gandhamatra is imagined, you know. Thoda karma, thoda jnanam. Bhagavan says, thoda bhi nahi. Thoda sa, thoda bhi nahi. Thoda to hoga. Thoda to hoga. Bhagavan says, thoda bhi nahi. Bhoot thoda bhi nahi. What are you talking? Gandhamatrasya means that is the last. It means what? It's an expression to say it has no entry. Na gandhamatrasyapi kriyayaha anupravesha na ya upapadyate is not enough. We simply accept upasanas, karmas, etc. only for sharira shuddhi and chitta shuddhi. Dimag ko theek rakhne ke liye prayers, etc. All okay. So when a person is praying Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, he will become a better individual, bas. He will have less anger, less greed, less jealousy, less hatred, thoda bahut. He becomes a sober individual. Otherwise, basically, Jiva is aggressive, you see. He has got tamoguna pradhani. He has got tamoguna in the first place. and tamoguna in the second place also, tamoguna in the third place also. Now what will he do? He will, whatever he does is all tamoguna, sab ulta. One person, telephones me and says, Swamiji, jo bhi main karta hu, sab ulta hota hai. Wo kabhi nahi hota hai. I told them, whatever you do is ulta. आप उल्टा करते हैं वो उल्टा ही होता है. This is it's called what we call twisted logic. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. आदमी उल्टा करेंगे उल्टा ही होगा, ठीक करेंगे ठीक ही होगा. If a person does right action, that individual who performs a right action will also understand this much, that the result is not in my hands. Maybe due to prarabdha, sometimes it happens. He doesn't become frustrated. A person who does right actions will not doubt the correctness of right actions. Understand this. Even if he gets into trouble, he does right actions and prarabdha brings, dukkham. But a person who performs the right action, he performs the right action not merely because, the right actions promise, some happiness, etc. That may be there. Right actions he performs because it happens to be right, bas. And happiness comes not as a result of later on. The happiness of doing right action is synonymous with doing right action. When you are doing the right action, you are happy. Not that you will become happy. That is gauna. The material result you get, that is gauna. Understand? The happiness of performing right action is there, right? There, like when you feed a hungry man, you don't get happiness after 25 years. While you are even feeding a hungry man, you have become happy. There is no time gap between dharma, a right value, and happiness. A person who follows right values for more and more material results, if you connect right value to material results, he will become really one day, he will start doubting. So I have been following right values, but then, money doesn't come. In this manner, that means what? He is doing right values with the motive for something, not with the understanding it is a right value. It is the right thing to do as a human being. You see? And therefore, anyway, these prayers all help a jiva to purify his mind. But these prayers do not add anything to Brahman. Tasmad jnanamekam muktva kriyayaha gandhamatrasyapi anupraveshaha iha na upapadyate nanu jnanam nama manasi kriya. See, now comes, very subtle argument. Here comes, up till now, the samanya. Up till now is samanya argument. Kriya has no entry into jnanam. Kriya has no entry into moksha. Kriya has no entry into jnanam. Kriya is not a sadhanam for jnanam. Kriya doesn't precede jnanam. Kriya doesn't precede jnanam. Kriya doesn't what we call associate with jnanam. Kriya doesn't follow jnanam. Kriya has nothing. It is not a step towards the jnanam also. Kriya is a step towards antahkarana shuddhi, and therefore it is not, doesn't have a krama. There is no adhikrita adhikara bhavaha. There is no the krama. There is no krama right in the what we call athado brahma jignasa. In jignasa adhikaranam itself, we saw there is no adhikrita adhikara bhavaha or angi anga bhavaha. Any kind of krama is not there between the karma and jnanam. and we went into those points. There is no krama. Krama means first action, like first standard, then there is a second standard. This is what is called a kind of a sequence. But a knowledge doesn't have any sequence. Between kriya and jnanam, there is no sequence. That means what? I have to, wherever there is a sequence, I can't flout it. Wherever there is a sequence, I can't flout it. So, if I say knowledge comes to you only after performing karma, then I have to perform karma to get jnanam. Without performing karma, I will not be able to get jnanam. Then kriya becomes a precondition for jnanam. That is called precondition. That is called krama. But here we are saying kriya doesn't have any entry. This is called samanya. Understanding kriya doesn't precede, doesn't associate, doesn't follow. It has nothing to do with jnanam. Kriya is something. Knowing a fact as it is a different phenomenon from doing something, creating something, imagining something, purifying something, वगैरह वगैरह. Then what? But now, that word jnanam, what does it mean? Purvapakshi here says, Nanu, sir, jnanam nama, knowledge is manasi kriya. It's a mental action. It's a mental action. It is also an action. Mind performs an action. Now, when Purvapakshi, the Karmakandi, see, a person who has no exposure to either Karmakanda or Vedanta. You are talking to an educated young man. And then if you tell him that action has no entry into knowledge, you see, immediately the other person says, all knowledge is mental action. That means some effort you have to make in your mind to know. That is the view. That is how that young man would think. He is educated, but he has no exposure to these problems. But here the Purvapakshi, when he asks this question, for him, jnana kriya, jnanam also is manasa kriya, that manasa kriya, according to the Purvapakshi, means upasana. For him, mental action is upasana. Later on, we are going to take up, after this, we are going to take up mental action in the form of knowledge, like knowing a ghata. So, ghata jnanam, that is called jnana kriya. It is jnanam involving karakas. Jnana kriya there also does not mean jnanam which is the result of any kriya. Ghata jnanam, when a person knows the pot, this knowledge involves karakas. Because it involves karakas, therefore we call it as jnana kriya. And here, Brahmajnanam is not even like that. That particular point will come later on. But right now, what we are going to show is that the jnanam is not like upasana, is not merely mental action. Nanu, Purvapakshi says, jnanam nama, jnana is indeed manasi kriya, is a mental action. For which Siddhanta says, nam vailakshanyat kriyahinama sam yatra vastu swarupa nirapeksha eva chodyate purusha chitta vyapara adhinacha kriyahinama sa. Kriya is indeed that. Kriya is indeed that. Yatra, where. Mental action is that. Here kriyahinama sa means the mental action is that. That mental you have to add. That mental action is that. Yatra, where vastu swarupa nirapeksha, independent of the knowledge of a fact. Vastu swarupa nirapeksha. It is not really, which is not true to the nature of the fact. Vastu swarupa nirapeksha. It is independent of the fact. Eva, independent of the knowledge of the fact, eva chodyate, is prescribed by the Shruti. Chodyate means it is enjoined. An action is enjoined. Chodyate. And Veda prompts you to do it. That is called when Veda, being enjoined by Veda, is called Chodana. Chodana pravritti. Chodyate, yak chodyate, is enjoined. What is enjoined? A mental action about something whose real nature need not be known. It's like saying, you see, Veda says, think of God, but I don't know. Doesn't matter. Think of Him as all-pervasive. Think of Him as the Creator. Think of Him as the Son. Think of Him as this, as that. Think of Him with a golden beard. Haji, wo bhi hai. This is all what? This is all called Chodana. This is called thinking of Bhagavan in a given form. I don't have to know the nature of Bhagavan. Veda says you think of it in this form. That form also, it says, think of God as the sun, that is Chodana. Think of Gangaji as Devata, is what? Chodana. Therefore, here it says, Yatra vastu swarupa nirapeksha eva chodyate. So, thus, so it is, if the Veda enjoins a certain meditation, Veda enjoins a certain mental imagination. It's imagination, but as enjoined by Veda. If I imagine myself, if I imagine things that is different, Veda asks me, Veda tells me, you think in this manner. That's called, it becomes Chodana Tantram. Then, even though I am told to think of Gangaji as a Devata, being told, look upon Gangaji as a Devata, is called Chodana. And being told by the way. And even when I am told, to meditate upon Ganga as a Devata, it is within my hands, I may do it, I may not do it. It's up to me. Hamara marzi hai. That makes it Purusha Tantra. You understand, That it is prescribed makes it Chodana Tantra. And that prescription I may follow, I may not follow. That makes it Purusha Tantra. Remember these two. Chodana Tantra and Purusha Tantra. All that is Chodana Tantra is also Purusha Tantra, but what is Purusha Tantra need not be Chodana Tantra. What is Purusha Tantra? Padhyam Gacchati. I want to go to the village. Okay? Padhyam Gacchati. Shakatena Gacchati. Nava Gacchati. I may go walking, or I may take a bus, or I may not go. That is the best option. See, options involving no fatigue are the best option. You can always close your eyes and give the advice to others. This is the best option. That option involving no ayasa. And therefore, here, now this is not prescribed by Veda. These are Laukikam. But if it is Vaidikam, and therefore now understand, all that is Chodana Tantra is also Purusha Tantra. But what is Purusha Tantra need not be Chodana Tantram. So the Manasi Kriya that is being referred to by the Purupakshi as the Upasana. What is this Upasana? Chodyate. That is number one. Purusha Chitta Vyapara Adhinacha. And it depends upon Purusha Chitta Vyapara, meaning human choice. Human choice. Purusha Chitta Vyapara depends upon human mental activity. He may decide not, he may decide not to. And for this, he gives an example, very beautiful example. Yatham Yasyai Devatayai Havirgrihitam Syat Tam Manasam Jayet Vashat Karishan Iti Sandhyam Manasadhyayet Iti Jaivamadishu. Like you see, Veda says like this. Yasyai yatha, just that. Yasyai devata yai. Jis devata ke liye. है ना? Yasyai devata yai. Havihi grihitam. You have taken the havis in your hand. And tam devatam manasadhyayet. उस देवता को मन में ध्यान करो. उस देवता का रूप भी वेदा itself says. Tam devata manasadhyayet. Doing what? Vashat karishan. Vashat karishan. Vashat is like swaha, swadha, or vaushat, shraushat. These are all various things that are associated. Swadha, swaha, vashat, vaushat, ityadi. That is why Karikakara in Baduke Karika says Nistutihi, Nirnamaskaraha, Niswadhakara evacha. E Nistutihi, Nirnamaskaraha need not be interpreted Laukika sense. A jnani, a sannyasi should be nistutihi. He should be free from all the stuti of the devatas. Nirnamaskaraha. And niswadhakaraha means niswahakare vacha means it should not get involved in kriya. Means free from kriya and be dedicated to only understanding. Therefore, these kriyas being colorful, that Bhagavan says, Pushpitam, Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham Pravadanti Avipashchitaha Bhagavan. This karma is something, very flowery. The mantras are flowery, Sudhakara is flowery, the fire is very flowery, Devatas are very flowery, Chandanam is flowery. Everything is all what? It's all colorful. And it is beautiful. But for the one who is interested in finding out what the Vedanta is saying for a sannyasi, that is all? No. In fact, Karikakara gives an injunction, you better leave it. Otherwise you will not do vichara. The problem is you will not do vichara. Itna आसान नहीं to take up the vichara into the tattvam. Man will be doing manipulation within avidya. He is a great manipulator within avidya. What the Vakyas are saying something great. Hey, you are indeed Brahmavastu and you are Advitiyam, there is nothing second to it, and that is the solution to all problems. There is no other solution. There is no other solution. In fact, no problem can be solved. Why? Because it is unsolvable, because its roots are in avidya and therefore. Therefore, to take up that vichara in life is not easy. One will always fall back into those religious realms called swaha, sodha, etc., etc. But anyway, now coming back to the point, what is manasi kriya? Upasana, in which you think of the devata without knowing really what devata is. I don't have to know what that devata is. In some form I can think of. Vajat karishyan manasa dhyayet. Sandhyam manasa dhyayet. Sandhyam also manasa dhyayet. Think of the sandhyam in this manner. Well, these are all upasanas. And another example also is going to give. Iticha evam adishu. In all these vakyas, there is manasi kriya independent of vastu swarupa jnanam, and which is totally purusha tantra. We can do it, we need not do it. Dhyanam, chintanam, yadyapi manasam, तथापि पुरुषेणाम कर्तुम अकर्तुम अन्यथा वा कर्तुम शक्यम पुरुषतंत्रत्वात्. What is this dhyanam, meditation? Dhyanam is chintanam. Dhyanam means chintanam. दिमाग में कुछ सोचना बस और कुछ नहीं. Chintanam is not viveka or anything. Chintanam. When a person is doing chinta also is what? Chintanam. आप लाएंगे तो चिंता होती है. And then what we call लिव लाएंगे तो चिंतनम हो जाती है. लिव और लिव लाएंगे तो चिंतनम होती है. बस केवल प्रत्यय भेद है ही. Anything that you think is चिंतनम. What else? कल क्या होगा? What is this? चिंतनम. कल क्या होगा? कल चिंतनम. This is different from Atma Anatma Viveka. Determining the fact as a fact, the error as the error, is Vastu Tantram, not Purusha Tantram. Therefore, here is a Dhyanam, Chintanam, this thing, Yajyapi, even though all imaginations are Dhyanam anyway. That's why in meditation they keep imagining, and they are being right. Because you can't expect them to do anything other than Purusha Tantra Vyapara. Dhyanam, Chintanam, Yajyapi, even though Manasam, even though it is a mental activity. All meditations are mental. Tathapi, but still, Purushena by man, Kartum, Akartum, Anyadhava, Kartum, Shakyam. It's totally on man's choice. He can do it, he can imagine it this way, he can imagine it that way, he can stop imagining. It's like, what will happen tomorrow? I can imagine it this way, that way, or I can stop imagining. Why not? Even attitude really is something. I can look upon fire which is going to come. I can look upon fire as sacred, as Agni Devata. or I can look upon Agni Devata, something else, or I can look upon, or I need not look upon. I can view the fire as goddess fire, or I can stop that view. I can see the fire as fire. Seeing the fire as fire is not by my choice. That is Vastutantra Jnanam. Viewing it differently, deliberately looking upon it as Devata is Purushatantram. It's also Chodhanatantram. Then also it is Purushatantram. Therefore, Dhyanam Chintanam Edhyabhimanasam Tathapi Purushena Kartum Akartum Anyadava Kartum Shakyam. Why Purushatantaratva? It's totally in my hands. That is why Bhagavan says now, in this context you understand. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Bhagavan says, what does it mean? Hey, you have choice over action. Not that you have a right over action. Because right ka koya, sandarbhe nahi, where is, you don't talk about the rights. We only talk about what is within your choice and what is not within your choice. That's all. And then we say, here are the duties. And you better not use your choice against your duty. You better use your choice for doing your duty, because it is possible for you to use your choice against your duty. Because you can choose not to do your duty. Therefore there is a vidhi. Supposing it is not in my choice. Supposing it is not in my choice. Supposing it is not in my choice. To avoid the duty, then there would not have been the vidhi. Hey, do your duty. Why should it say that, please do your duty? Where it is possible for me not to do our duty? And duties are all in the form of actions, and actions over which I have choice. Therefore, Bhagavan also says, karma devadhikarase, you have choice over karma. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You have no choice over the result. Result you can't choose. If you can choose the result, do you know what you would do? You would never do the karma, you would straight away choose result. Who is interested in karma? Therefore, there is no you have choice over action, and once you have performed the action, the results will be taken care of by the law of karma. Thus. And that is why Bhagavan says they are in my hands. They are in my hands means in the law of karma, niyama. And niyama means niyanta. Niyanta means Ishvara. Therefore the result, that the results are not in our hands is not an attitude. That the results are not in our hands is a fact. That the results are not in our hands is a fact. However successful a man may be, however much he may say that no, we can control the results, it is okay, but still really that result is always in terms of your happiness anyway. What is the result? It is only sukham. Everybody does karma for sukham, and that sukham is not in your hands. Even if you get a lot of money, and if it is not there in your prarabdha to get sukham, some klesha will come. Some little klesha enters the mind. One small little klesha enters the mind and he has got sleepless nights for years. And to get a clearance from it, my God, kitni mandir jana padenge. And he goes to all the mandirs, some punya, some anugraha comes, and then he is able to sleep. Chalo, thoda theek hai. Thoda theek hai. To get manas shanti is not easy. You can get everything but not manas shanti. And therefore anyway, that manas shanti also is not easy, something can happen. And therefore anyway, now coming back to the point, what Bhagavan says is, karmanyeva adhikaraha ma phaleshu, that adhikaraha means jivasya adhikaraha. It's not brahmanasya adhikaraha or kshatriyasya adhikaraha, because Bhagavan is talking about the universals. Jiva has adhikara only in doing karma. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Never in the results. And then he says, Ma karma phala hetur bhu. Don't you become the actor. May you not become an actor with the fruit as the basis for your action. Ma karma phala hetu. Now just because the results are not in your choice, don't lose interest in karma. Mate sangaha astu akarmani. Don't lose interest in action just because you have no choice over the results. Because you can continue doing your karma and then accepting the results as prasadam, and in that manner grow out of your raga dvesha, thus slowly, step by step, keep growing towards preparing yourself for jnana. There is no other way. Because, just because I don't have choice over the result, if I stop karma, then what do I get? I get nothing. Thus, va kartum na shakyam, kartum akartum anyatha va kartum shakyam purushatantratvat. Thus there is a difference between karma and jnana. What is jnanam then? Jnanam tu pramanajanyam. Jnanam is pramanajanyam. This is the difference. That is Purushatantram. This is Pramanajanyam. That is Ragadvesha Tantram, and this is Vastu Tantram. This is Pramanajanyam. All my choice also is totally based upon my Ragadvesha. Ragadvesha. If I use my choice to do what is right, then it is not Ragadvesha based, it is my Viveka based. I use my Viveka and use my choice for the right action. And if I don't use my Viveka, then my choice will be only by Ragadvesha. There is no choice then, there is only Ragadvesha. There is no choice there. Choice means going against Ragadvesha, please. If I go with Raga, I can't call it choice. I can't call it choice. I'm not using my choice. I'm flowing with Ragadveshas. And when I use my choice to go against the Ragadvesha, that is called improper choice, Viveka-based choice. Therefore, the difference between karma and jnanam is jnanam tu pramanajanyam. Pramanam cha yatha bhuta vastu vishayam ataha jnanam kartum akartum anyatha va kartum ashakyam kevalam vastu tantrameva tat. Pramanam. What is a pramanam? Yatha bhuta vastu vishayam. Meaning, a pramanam pertains to a fact as it is. Yatha bhuta vastu vishayam. Like the eyes are a pramanam because they pertain to forms as they are. Bas. A form is as it is revealed by the eyes, and the eyes also reveal the form as it is. There is Gauna Ekatvam. As it is means what the form. What is the form? As it is revealed by the eyes. And what are the eyes? They reveal the forms. To begin with, before one goes into proper vichara, before one establishes even the pratyakshadi pramanas as a part of avidya, before that it is always correct to look upon pramanas as the means of the objects that are there. So what do the eyes do? Reveal the forms as they are. Bas. And in that sense, what is it? Pramanam. Ears reveal sounds as they are. And that becomes pramanam. Therefore, Shabda Jnanam is Pramanajanya Jnanam. Rupa Jnanam is Pramanajanya Jnanam. In which, over which I have no choice. It's not as per I want it. So I have to know the forms as evident through the senses. I have to know the objects as evident through the senses. So I have no ragadvesha. I tell you, the best way where you really grow out of ragadvesha is only in Vastutantra Jnanam. Nowhere else. In all other things in Kriyas, there are only ragadveshas. Even if you control them, they manifest again. But if my approach is for Jnanam, in Jnanam there are no ragadveshas. There is only Vastutantra Jnanam. So if Jnanam is my Laksham, then I am free from ragadveshas. I have no scope for ragadveshas because I am interested in Jnanam. Therefore in the Jnanam there are no, in the Vastutantra Jnanam there are no ragadveshas. Outside really Vastutantra Jnanam, there are nothing but ragadveshas. Even if we control them, we come back. Kitna der tak control karenge ji bada? Kya bada control karenge? Kya bada grow hoga? Without the Jnanam, without going into Jnana, at least you have to introduce to the student the difference between Purusha Tantra, Vyapara and Vastu Tantra. In Vastu Tantra Jnanam there are no ragadveshas, therefore go for Jnana. So even in this Jnanam, this Purusha, what we call Pratyaksha, Pramanajanya Jnanam, there are no ragadveshas. In that Jnanam there are no ragadveshas. See, a very big difference. Pramanam jeda bhuta vastu vishayam ataha, therefore, jnanam, knowledge, kartum akartum anyatha kartum ashakam. It's not possible, I know to know it, not to know it, or to know it otherwise. Because when I use the pramanam, whether I like it or not, I have to get pramanajanya jnanam. If I go with, I use the pramanam, with my attention with the pramanam, definitely I have to know it. I can't avoid jnana. I can't avoid jnana. And I can't also know it differently. Therefore, kartum akartum anyatha kartum ashakyam. While kevalam vastutantram eva tat, it is solely true to the nature of the fact. Vastutantram eva tat. Why? Because jnanam neutral gender, therefore, vastu tantram. Kriya is therefore, purusha tantra. If it is karma, purusha tantram. Kriya, purusha tantra. Jnanam, vastu tantram. Vidya, vastu tantra. जी आत्मानात्म विवेक भेद समझने के लिए टाइम लगता है. कम से कम जेंडर भेद को उधर वाले पता चलना है. कम से कम जेंडर भेद तो मालूम होना चाहिए. ये कौन सी जेंडर में बता रहे हैं, अदरवाइज पूरा गड़बड़ हो जाए. Therefore, and now Bhagavan says, na chodana tantram. Na chodana tantram. Na purusha tantram. Therefore, jnana means neither chodana tantram nor. You see, chodana tantram means, you see, Veda prescribes an imagination. Chodana tantram That alone can be called Chodana Tantram, which is available for Purusha Tantram. What is Chodana Tantram is also Purusha. Therefore, looking at the Ghata as Ghata, is it Chodana Tantram or Purusha Tantram? It is neither Chodana Tantram nor Purusha Tantram. If it is not Purusha Tantram, it is not also Chodana Tantram. Then what is it? Vastu Tantram. Similarly, just as the Pratyaksha Jnanam is Vastu Tantram, neither Purusha Tantram nor Chodana Tantram. You see, all scientific knowledge, you see, it is neither Chodana Tantram nor Purusha Tantram. Pratyaksha Jnana, Pratyaksha Pramana Janya Jnanam is not Chodana Tantram. Nor is it Purusha Tantram. That is why, independent of studying Veda, also you can become a scientist. You can become a physicist, you can become a chemist, you can become anything, you can become a big man, you can become any big person based upon sense perception. Why? Because it's not Chodana Tantram, it is not Purusha Tantram. In that manner, understanding oneself is also involves Pramana. You see, it is also Pramana Janya Jnana. Anyway, now we'll complete this. Na Chodana Tantram napi Purusha Tantram. So if Pratyaksha Jnanam, the knowledge about the objects, is neither Purusha Tantram nor Chodana Tantram, then even Brahma Jnanam is not Chodana Tantram nor Purusha Tantram. How can it not be Chodana Tantram? It is taught by Vedanta. Hey, Vedanta teaches not as Kriya, because the Vastu is already Anubhava Siddham. This truth is already within experience. Vedanta only turns my attention to what is within Anubhava and helps me discern between what I am and what I take myself to be. It only really helps me discern, and their understanding has to be true to one's. So what is evident? True to one's Anubhava of oneself. That also becomes Vastu Tantra Jnanam, not. And therefore Vichara may be Manasi. Vichara is, I may use my Viveka, I may use my mind to understand. That does not mean it is Kriya. That is why here Bhashyakara says, Manasi Thika, even though Jnanam is Manasam, but yet there is a big difference. There is a big difference. Knowing the rope as rope is Manasam, knowing the rope as snake also is Manasam, and imagining the rope also as Sarpa is also Manasam, but yet one is an error, the other is a deliberate imagination, the other is right knowledge, Vastutantra Jnanam. One is Vastutantra Jnanam, the other is Purushatantra Vyapara, the other is Avidya. वो Manasi hai, Pratyaya Rupa. Napi Purushatantram Tasmat Manasatvepi Jnanasya Mahadvailakshanyam. Tasmat, therefore, Manasatvepi Jnanasya, even though knowledge also involves thinking, involves understanding, Mahadvailakshanyam, huge difference between knowledge and upasana. Mahadvailakshanyam means huge difference, world of difference between imagination and right knowledge. You see, imagining and knowing, believing and knowing, attitude and knowing, huge difference. We don't say it is not mental or anything. We don't say we don't use the mind, because thinking is there. I have to understand. With the same faculty of buddhi. Buddhi is there to determine what is what. That buddhi I have to use really to determine what is truth and error. So that is manasam, we can call it manasam, why not? There is an effort of understanding, but that effort of understanding is not like effort of imagination. Both involve effort. One is really Purusha Tantra Vyapara, the other is Vastu Tantra Jnanam. Therefore, Jnanasya Panasatvepi Mahat Vailakshanyam. Full stop. You can put a mark there. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. इन लाइन्स को एक बार सुनने के लिए भी बहुत बड़ा भाग्य चाहिए. हाँ जी, इन लाइन्स को एक बार सुनने के लिए क्या पुरुष तंत्र व्यापार क्या होता है, ज्ञान क्या होता है, चोदना होता, जीव के लिए बहुत भाग्य चाहिए, बहुत जन्मों का पुण्य चाहिए. I don't know, nobody will. What is interested? What is it? ये इसमें है ना, वो उत्तरकाशी का है ना, वो भक्ति का टेक्स्ट को निकाल. Because he is having problems. हाँ?
मैं नहीं भेजूंगा, कैंसिल कर दो, आप साइन तो कर दो.
I don't have to sign them all.
मैं निकाल.
अभी नहीं. Yes, he has got. He says I can't stay here for 24 hours. He's not. It doesn't seem to be interested. ठीक है, जब इंटरेस्ट होगा तो देख लेंगे. ये क्या है?
That West Indian lady gave us this wrong check. Her name, because that name is not clear on the check. I have convinced the.
We'll keep it when she comes next time.
So I have convinced the bank that it sort of.
I'll find it. I'll ask somebody.
Yeah, I have credited it to the bank.
वो भक्ति वाला क्या है?
वो रखी है.
उसको ना.
Do you remember her name, sir?
I'll find it out.
Yeah. The bank has accepted the check finally.
Okay.
Letters from you.
I'll find out if I can find out. If I can't find out, forget about it. We'll see later.
So this Chodana Tantra, I have understood. Sanskrit words totally I don't.
Chodana Tantra means.
That I have understood. That by what you were